Greetings, dear viewers. Welcome. Today I have a poem about Vishy Anand, Vladimir Kramnik, and the World Championship match held in Bonn. The game 2 of the World Chess Championship of 2008. This game ended in a draw. Then why is it that I'm discussing this poem, which is about this particular game? The reason is that there are a lot of interesting elements to this particular game, and I found that it is worthy to be written as a poem. Let me just get started. The first thing is Vishy Anand was predominantly an E4 player, and in this particular game, which is game 2 of the 2008 championships, he starts with the D4. And Kramnik, one may assume that he would be very surprised, but Kramnik later reveals, stating he puts it on a little humorous note. He says that when I played Peter Leko, I realized that it is very important to be prepared overall, and there are going to be surprises. So he says humorously, so I was ready for one D4, one C4, one B4 as well. So Kramnik, it was not a major surprise, but yes, of course, it was a surprise. And what is the second aspect? The second element that I want to discuss is Kramnik springs in a surprise. Vishy Anand plays the F3 Nimzo, and the team had prepared a lot of interesting lines. And in the ninth move for Kramnik, they had extensively looked at Castle King side, but instead Kramnik plays knight to D7, which is a kind of a surprise back to Vishy Anand. This was one important element. And the third thing is about Vishy finding a move bishop to b1. And he was appreciated by his team for this fantastic find on the board. But most importantly, the way Vishy comes up with this move is interesting. That is the reason I just included this in the poem, specifically this particular point. The major reason was that Vishy comes and it comes to the conclusion about this particular move by the process of elimination. Now, who would be guessing that even that world championship level, you are going to have certain instances where there are process of elimination with respect to the moves. And lastly, I want to tell that Vishy Anand was known to be very famous for his very quick play. He was called as the lightning kid when he was young. He takes a lot of time after the opening, so it also gives an indication that there was some few things that Anand had to actually work on, according to him, because he was taking a lot of time, especially considering that Kramnik came up with a surprise move, knight to d7, which Anand's team had not thoroughly had looked at it. So key elements, I'll just take you through. So this is one part of it. So in this particular position, Kramnik plays, yeah. So Anand's team had prepared castle kingside for black, but yeah, Kramnik here plays the move, which I just told already. He plays knight to d7, which was a kind of a surprise for Anand's team. So Kramnik plays knight to d7 here. So this is one element that I actually wanted to show. And the next thing is here. So in this particular position, Kramnik plays ndf6. And of course, the bishop, which is on d3, is attacked by the rook on d8. Instead of moving it to c2 or e2, Vishy Anand finds the precise bishop b1 on the board, and he arrives at this by the process of elimination, as I just. So here, Kramnik plays knight df6. Vishy plays bishop b1, which is a very precise move. Okay then, now that you know these two elements, let us get into the poem and understand more about what happened in the game. The game started with a surprise for Kramnik. Vishy played a move that he rarely played before. The queen's pawn opening was on the board, which Anand could definitely afford. His team had done the work and assured that he was secured. Kramnik, the great student, played the solid ninth move, knight d7. The team had not paid much attention. Kramnik's element of surprise was in action. The beautiful move bishop to b1 with the threat of e5 was a well thought out reply, made Vishy's team calm with a sigh. Anand, well known for his time management, was in a different predicament. Took several minutes to navigate after the opening, as though clearly portraying that the opening could be improved upon for a pleasant trip of Bonn. The game ending in a draw was an indication that the game is not always about opening preparation. I hope you like the poem. I also have got the score in case you are interested. So this was round two, and after the round two, the score was 1-1. Vishy Anand won. Vladimir Kramnik won. And I'm going to be more or less covering all the games from this championship. And after each game, I'm going to be letting you know the scores so that it helps you. And the full poem is in the description as usual, and also the game link is in the description in case you are interested to check it out. Thanks for your time.